the interview series is back with the amazing and illustrious Elana Astaria.
Ooh, ooh.
Hi.
Ooh. Hi, Elana!
Hey, what's up?
Yo. Absolutely amped to be chatting with you, Elana.
Oh, you as well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, fuck yeah. So, friends, Elana is the owner of Moonlit Kiss, where we are currently at on Crystal Zalera in Goblet. If you want to join us, feel free to come and hang out. You're all definitely welcome. Elana, this is the first Moonlit Kiss that we're in, right? The original, the OG?
Yes, this is the only one on the Crystal or NA data center.
Okay, dope. Yeah. So, Elana founded Moonlit Kiss several years ago now.
March 2020 specifically.
Yo, right in the pandemic. Let's go. And it has seen some rise in fame and relevance throughout the entire history of the clubbing scene, or at least nearing the start. Is definitely a place where many have been introduced to clubbing in Final Fantasy XIV in general, and is definitely a pillar, a historical monument of the scene. So today, we'll be exploring and delving into the stories, perspectives, and experiences of Elana Astaria. So I want to take this moment to welcome you into the show. How are you doing? Tell us a bit about yourself, Elana.
Nervous. Public speaking isn't the best thing. So I would just say, yeah, I've been a venue owner for almost 4 years. I like doing random events that come to my mind, like random themes and stuff like that. I guess like if you want to just, I don't know, I like butts. I talk about butts a lot. Like we just said, I mean, that's always been a real thing. That's not like made up. I do like butts. But no, I guess I guess I would just say I never expected Moonlit to be anything. Like like hearing a pillar or it put on a pedestal or something like that. I mean that's like I'm being serious though. I never expected it to grow into something like that or be anything because I guess like I said I ramble when I'm nervous, but why I started to run a venue it's been multiple things. It didn't start out as a nightclub. Like I didn't just wake up one day and say, "All right, I want a nightclub." Specifically a nightclub. I first started the venue in my I used to own a medium Shirogane house, and it was actually the name was Moonlit Fae, and I kind of just pulled it out my butt because like I suck at naming things. Like titles are like really hard to think of. And then it was just a tavern originally with some dancers, and then eventually it turned into a lounge, and then like I think within a month I was able to get a large, which is the Goblet House that we're in now. I've had that for like 4 years. Like I purchased it from an FC or the guy, somebody selling an FC. So I was only in the original house for a month, and then like I thought the name Moonlit Fae sounded really weird. So then I was like, well, kissing in the moonlight or Moonlit Kiss.
Aww.
I just thought that sounded cool. So then I dropped the Fae part, and there's nothing wrong with Fae. I was like, and then it became a lounge, and then eventually a brothel. So tavern to a lounge to a brothel to a nightclub. It's been like so many different things, but I think what I really liked the most was the nightclub feel. And I would say that I changed it to a nightclub like after I had the very first DJ play for me, which was DJ Blue. That was my first ever DJ. And I think that he was the first DJ ever in the venue scene. So then after just, that's when, like the DJ thing was starting out was around then. You know what I mean? So, I thought it was like something cool to explore. And I said, all right, we'll try this and see if I like it, and stuck with it since.
That sounds amazing. What was your okay? So before we get more into Moonlit, what was your first clubbing experience in game?
Uh, PBM Lounge was the first venue I've ever explored. I remember at the time I was running a free company, and people were talking about venues, and like they were talking about PBM Lounge, and they are still around. I think they just came back out. And I was like, is this even a real thing? Because like I know free companies and doing community events that way, but I didn't, were a thing, but I didn't. I was just amazed, and people at the time were talking about it like a joke kind of deal. So I was like, I'd rather not listen to what people say. I'd rather go experience it for myself. And then when I went, I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Like an RP, like place. Like I never thought that, you know what I mean? I just was like, wow, that's so cool to see some place like that. And then I kept going back. I was a regular there.
That's absolutely amazing. When you opened Moonlit Kiss, were there many venues of that kind of like brothel
RP.
nightclub type?
God, a lot of them like are no longer around. I mean, another one that I used to like to go to was called I love Galaxy still around. Galaxy was one of I actually worked there for a short period of time. Galaxy nightclub was one. What was the other one? There was another one I used to go to. I think it was called Infinity. That was another
Oh,
one,
Infinity.
and yeah,
Wait,
it was called.
Galaxy, as in Galaxy still open now?
Yes, that
Like
Galaxy. I
Batu's
worked there
Galaxy?
before.
I'm the
Yes, I
resident
worked
DJ
there.
there.
Yeah, I used to work there. I used to
Okay.
work there. That venue's been around for a long time. The
Yo,
other
I did
one,
not know.
it is. They are just as they're one of the oldest, actually, I think, right
Oh,
now. But then
okay.
there was another one that I like to go to called, I think it was called Infinity. I don't remember. So long ago. Not. I feel like anybody that didn't club, prior to this year won't know any of these old ones. But it's just like there's a big difference of, because I'm from the time where, like you didn't need a venues didn't have DJs. People did pure role play. Candyland, yes, Candyland's another original one. They've been around for just as long, Candyland. But yeah, like it's just we're in a different time zone now because like back then venues were I mean, like I said, this is not me criticizing, this is just talking about my experience. But back then I used to visit venues, people would just dance on the dance floor, listen to the in-game music, they would role play with each other. There were still bar services or whatever services, role play services you could purchase. But at the time, you know I would say the party finder wasn't as bombarded, and I also there was more role play focused centered things, and people, like I said, would really be more interested in just conversing and listening to the in-game music. So I always like when setting the orchestrion up, I would always make sure it was a song that I thought people could dance to or something.
Aw, that is thoughtful. We have a fan question from Zage. Elana, no, you're a sweet person who is super sweet? Question mark. Well, now you
Uh,
do.
Thanks. Thank you.
I remember I was saying earlier, my first time in the club scene too was with
Mhm.
a venue, uh, what were the rabbit hole by from Elite.
Mhm.
They only had in-game music, and my first time going to a show with a live Twitch DJ was at Moonlit Kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Christmas, like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
It was amazing. I was dazzled, completely dazzled.
Yeah,
Oh
when
my
you
god,
walk into this world, it's like,
that's
holy
scary.
crap, this is real, right? Or this is like a thing because, I feel like people, and I think more people, and this is just my opinion, can get more into it, but like, like I just told you, people were like, and this is not targeted at any venue. Like, say if somebody hears about it now, like it's a content player, right? There's, well, like, and they just kind of are like, oh, I don't want to go to that. But once they immerse themselves in that world, you know what I mean? They see how cool it is, like Twitch DJs and giveaways and themes, and you know what I mean? Like they get it, they just find it like, I don't know, just like I said, a regular player that hasn't experienced it doesn't know, you know what I mean? They just think it sounds kind of weird, or you know, like I don't want to do this until you actually do it. Then you're like, wow, this is neat. You know what I mean? I probably gave the like crappiest like explanation for that, but
No, it's good. It's good. Um, Before we get more into Moonlit Kiss, I want to learn a bit more about you. Let's get your
oh
story
god.
situated here.
Okay.
What brought you into Final Fantasy XIV in the first place, and is this your first MMO?
This is actually, yeah, this is the I started playing back in 2015, and I was dating somebody at the time, and we you know, he wanted to find a game that we could play together, and he was a huge fan of the series. I haven't played a game like this before, and I got totally addicted. I went way ahead of him actually. And leveling through the story, you know, leveling, like I think I started off as a black mage and I played as a midlander girl actually. So yeah, like I, you know, like that's how I first started playing the game. And then we broke up, and then we stayed playing the game. And then like I used to be more of a just a regular player, you know, playing through the game. I mean, um you know, like I love doing like the extreme trials, like getting mounts, like collecting mounts is my favorite thing, or was my favorite thing. Um, and you know, like I said, I ran free companies in the game too. Like I've ran a couple, but you know, just um, it's a lot of stress. Running, being, you know, just running any type of community in general is very stressful. You know what I mean? Because like
Oh yeah.
you're, but yeah. So at the time, like I said, when I first got into the venue thing, you know, fast forward, like I said, I was just a normal player, and you know, just like doing content. And you know, like I mean, when I ran a free company, I like to do events too, like map running or whatever kind of stuff, you know, you guys can do, you know, that you can do at your FC. But then I think I wasn't even running one at the time. I think I was in one on Marlboro before I changed data centers to because like at the time I told you I first discovered PBM Lounge, and that's kind of, you know, like just seeing how much fun it was. I wanted to try to run my own venue and see how it would go. I had no expectations, like I said. So
Okay, so Elana, to my understanding, you started DJing not long ago, right? Like you were a club owner first and DJ second, right?
um
Can you tell us about your journey into DJing?
uh I just, it's more of like a part-time hobby streaming, you know. um I've been streaming since last summer. I wouldn't say I put my full focus on it. I put, you know, like I like to stream here and there when invited to. I just, it's fun, you know. Like I even plan to do eventually more horror gaming streams. I like playing like Phasmo and stuff like that.
Yes,
And then
please.
screaming, being a baby and going into stuff and screaming, you know what I mean? The scary stuff. I love scary
I
things.
know that feeling. I love horror. Okay,
Sorry.
sorry.
I mean, I just, it's like I said, it's more of a part-time thing. I mean, I'm not putting full like focus on that. That's why you know, I just call myself a part-time streamer and nothing more.
So, did you start content streaming before you start DJing?
I did some streams for like not like Final Fantasy oh, maybe like I did the MSQ before and stuff like that. I wanted to try it, but I don't know, I just kind of stopped.
Hold
Cuz like
on.
when you run a venue, it's you're busy all the time and stuff.
Hold on. We need to have a Phasmo stream and drag Nightshade in. For
Yeah, it's fun to
for a
play that
night
game with people.
for a night I dragged Night into Phas before for the horrifying experience.
It's so fun to play scary games with people. I love playing that game.
I am so... I'm a scaredy cat, okay? I love horror games, but they scare the crap out of me. Night now runs higher tier speed runs. It's Elena who does the screaming now. Wait, you speed run? You speed run Baz?
You can if you know, like, if you play professionally on Nightmare, you really can do that.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, horror stream coming up soon. Let's go. Okay. So you do horror, which is dear to my heart. What was your first DJing experience like?
Man, these are really in-depth questions. These are things that my brain doesn't even think about.
Oh yeah, I want that story.
You really are. Well, I don't even know if I have a story. I don't even remember the first place I even played at. Oh god. All right. I think it was mostly, maybe I did more in Europe than I did on NA, because I know there was a venue that I used to play at that I had to part ways with. I mean, only because of my sleeping schedule being so messed up, because on Fridays I just, I'm always tired. That's my natural state, just living off of like 2 hours sleep, coffee, and living life to the fullest. I think it was more so like I used to play there every Friday. I would say maybe that was my first exposure into the EU, and going live on Twitch more often was through Midnight Sun. I know you played there before on a Friday.
So that's where you pretty much started.
Yeah, I would say that's where I started. Like, I think I started playing there last year, but like I said, I had to part ways with them because Fridays, like, I work a really stressful job in real life. So at the end of the week, I'm just like, just a zombie, like a dead corpse on the ground kind of deal.
Stories says the best part is checking out the different deco of different venues, and you are so right. There's so many beautiful designs. I think I stumbled into meeting one of your designers, Elana. Who was the designer for the current Chaos and Crystal venues?
They're all done by the owner of Fairy Tale.
That's who it is. Yeah, that's right.
Astaria is awesome.
Yeah, they are amazing. And
she does that in one day.
One day?
I love Fairy Tale. She takes one day to do that build.
Oh my
really
god.
Good.
Oh
I love
my god.
Her ability. Like, I really love. I think that's going to be the only person it just decorates for me. Because, like, I mean, I don't even know. Like, when people are like, man, you really had a great concept. I said, honestly, I have no freaking idea. I really don't. Like, they're like, look at, you know what I mean? Go look at, like, Google for inspiration. I was like, I've been to, like, a real life nightclub, like, once in my life, ever. Maybe, like, 2 months ago. And I didn't care for it, in all honesty. I was like, it's more fun to go to a fantasy club. I mean, I'm not judging anybody that went to FanFest or, anything like that. It's just like, I'm more of a shut-in type of person. So, I mean, maybe I haven't lived life to the fullest enough to know more about, real life clubs being fun, but I went to one in Philly and I didn't care for it, but that's just me. So.
What didn't you like about it? Was it the loudness or the crowd or?
I don't know. I just wasn't digging it. I don't know. Like, I'm so used to, like, the fictional fantasy world, and then you go to a real life one, and there's just a bunch of people that you don't know. I mean, now I know how people feel when they go to a virtual one, too. Like, if you go to people you don't know, you're like, who are all these people,
Yeah, right? That's what I felt like when I first got into club and scene. I have, for probably different reasons, the same, like, I want to play at a nightclub, like an IRL one, but because of my chronic fatigue syndrome, and the fact that, like, I can only stand for so long before I start getting weak, I feel like I wouldn't even make it home. All of the noises, the crowd, the energy, would be amazing until my body just gives out. Like,
I don't know, I wouldn't say that.
I finish a set, I go straight to bed. Like, no one sees that part of me, but it's...
Girl, I think you have the personality to go as far as you want to go. I mean, they should just accommodate, like, if somebody wants to sit down, come on now. When we're in our houses, we're all sitting in the gaming chair. if they can't like give you like a chair or some kind of thing to sit, you can sit down and DJ and you can still have the same energy. You're vibrant, radiant personality. Yes, they should just accommodate to you.
No.
They can't, then F them.
Well, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Hold on,
you will, not someday. You will. You will. We're not saying maybes. You can achieve your own dreams. You know, this is not an interview turning into an inspiration thing. You can be a radiant goddess DJing at a convention. You can do it. Stop it.
Oh my god. I will try my best. Elana. Oh my god.
You will do it. You will.
And you will too, if you ever decide to leave the virtual scene, or at least go for a night. I
don't know.
You're
I just
phenomenal
like this...
DJ. Seriously.
No, I'm basic. I'm basic.
I was watching a video by DJ Carlos yesterday talking about how like the majority of huge DJs when they're playing at festivals and shows just do basic transitions because people want to hear the music. Like, my problem with DJing is that I overmix, and it leads to a lot of mistakes, but also it leads to songs being cut short when people probably just want to hear most of the song.
Mistakes happen, though, but, like, the biggest thing, you're not the only person I've heard say this. Like, I'll just be blunt. I don't focus on the streaming thing is, like, a side thing. My ultimate focus is just Moonlit. You know, that's where I put more of the focus. I go live. I mean, another thing too, sometimes people get schedules mixed up or I get schedules mixed up. So there have been a couple times where I've had to stand in. So it's just easy to be able to just go live without having to go find a replacement. You know what I mean? Or because, you know, that's the biggest thing right now. It's just like there's so many DJs and, you know, there's more upcoming DJs. Like, I know my friend Daya is going to end up learning how to DJ and she's getting a VTuber made, and it's just like a continuous thing. Like, there's just so many. But at the same time, like, just the convenience of being able to go live when I need to stand in. You know what I mean? That's kind of more so how I see it. And I like to entertain people. I prefer to be more of like an entertainer than to be put under a label as that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't call myself a DJ. I don't want to be called a DJ. I always want to be more of like a just personality type of person where, you know, like I could just have more, because like when you put a title on yourself, like say if you just want to be, I prefer content creator, because if you put a title on yourself, then that's all you're going to be seen as, you know? Like if you just say, well, all right, I'm a DJ. Okay, then that's the only category that you really are under. But then, like, what if you want to do more, like gaming streams, or, you know what I mean? So I think it's better to, and like I said, I'm not judging anybody. I just think that if you use the title or term content creator, there's more that you can do, and you're not, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people too, I've noticed that just want to be a DJ, like their names, right? Like DJ so and so. Your name is Rogue Witch. You don't have DJ Rogue Witch. You DJ, but you do more than that. You know what I mean? So that is, I prefer to be content creator, and then just like, I prefer more to just focus on my own brand, which is Moonlit. And just creating random themes. Like everything's random. Everything I do is random. I don't, you know, I do my own promotion. I do my own flyers. Most of the time I do my own shouts. And a lot of the times, like I said, doing just one venue or just focusing on Moonlit alone is very stressful because it's so much goddamn work. Because, like, Mondays and Tuesdays specifically, right? I'm going from my real life job and still going from my real life job straight into running a venue. And then it's just like, you know, you do that for like, so that's like 12 hours, honestly, in one day. And then that's...
Your energy is both bewildering and inspiring.
It's a lot of work. It really is. And honestly, you know, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I suck at interviews because I feel like I'm not really giving you the full answers. So I would just say, if people want to run a venue, it really is a super fun thing to do because, you know, at the end of the day, people run venues, you know, like it's fun to have staff, it's fun to have DJs, it's fun to throw events. But at the end of the day, the people that we're doing this for shouldn't be ourselves. It's for the actual community, because the people that come in are the only reason why venues are still around, because that's, the people should always be the center focus. And that's what I'm starting. It took me, I guess, so long to finally realize that, that at the end of the day, like, we all speak community. Well, community, like I said, is the Final Fantasy community. We should be doing, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, these places are only around because we're opening them up to people in the community. And I guess, like, going back to something you wanted to say earlier was controversy, because there's been a lot of things that, have been said about Moonlit over the years and about me as an individual. And, it's mixed. It's not, it's like mixed reviews. There's, negative and positive things that are in existence. So just to address it and just go on the topic, I would just say that, like I said, when I first started Moonlit, I had no expectations for anything. I never expected it to grow. I never expected to be in some kind of limelight, whatever, And I guess, like, the reason why I'm still here today is just because I like to have a place for people to come and to meet new people and, make connections, get involved in the events that we do. And it's like a place, since it's so well established by now, people just love to come there and, have a place to go on Sunday nights whenever they're, when it's open, like a just hangout place. But, like I said, I'm just here to, like, still have a great time with people. And like I said, I would say that I let myself get lost from where I first started, like, just being this, like, person that just wanted to have a venue for fun, right? And then once I started getting exposure, and then there was some kind of popularity, you know what I mean? Like, getting popularity and getting attention. But I let that get too much to my head. And, after that point, it changed me. And, after looking back at who I was before, you know what I mean? Like, what I became, like, I became a different person. I don't want to be defined or let myself be that person, because, like, I didn't like the person that I was becoming. Let's just say that. Does that make sense? I didn't like how I was becoming, like, I had this mindset, like, I wanted to be better than everybody else. I liked being in this fictional limelight, but, I had to get some real self-realization. And it took me a while, you know what I mean? Like, why am I going down this path that I never wanted to go down? So after getting that self-realization, I'm like, I don't want to go down this path anymore. I just want to do this for fun. I want to still have you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm rambling, but yeah.
No, it does it does make sense. And it seems that you've gone through quite a journey in personality and like, viewpoints over the years.
Yeah. I feel I never will ever claim to be a saint, and everybody makes mistakes, but I really don't want to be an awful person, and I really don't want to be a person that upsets and hurts people, or, like, acts like I am above anybody. And, like I said, sometimes when you get popularity and limelight, that kind of changes a person's mindset. And, like, just after, like, looking back upon, like, my past self, like, 2020 version of myself versus 2023, almost 2024, I don't want to be that person, and I don't want my past to define me, who I am moving forward, because at the end of the day, we're all human, we all make mistakes, but, I don't want to be defined by my mistakes, and I just want to do better. Like, I love helping people, I truly do. I love working with people. Like, I love that, I've been able to work with you, been able to become friends with you. And I love working with the people I work with now. And, like I said, moving forward, I've been trying to better myself and to focus on more positive, like a positive path, and helping people and working with others, and just, working on bettering myself. And that's all I want to do, continuing moving forward, you know, if that makes sense.
Of course. Elana, I say this coming from a place of incredible bias because I'm your friend and a resident DJ for you. But one thing that I've appreciated, and I've heard other people appreciate in the recent months, is that you've been putting a lot of work in behind the scenes to bring in a lot of like smaller and emerging DJs like myself to play at your venue. Tell me about your kind of development towards this, and how you go about the process of trying to find smaller DJs to play.
I would say I used to do more with Hyperdrive. I know people can speak for that. I used to do like maintenance, when maintenance is happening, go in Hyperdrive and, ping the DJs and whoever's interested, and then just create like fun events like that. I think the reasoning why I stopped was because it was just a lot, because I'm already doing like 24,000 things already. And, like I said, there's just so many DJs. There's always somebody new and upcoming, or just, continuous. Like, it's like the DJ in the venue scene is just continuous. New venues every day, new DJs every day. It's too much to keep up with. So I would say that, I ended up asking people, not like just specific, like, I mean, there's only, like I said, there's only so many people you can work with at the end of the day, because it's just nonstop venues and DJs and whatnot. But people I feel like that I, clicked with, like got along with well, you know, I opened my door to them. I mean, I open my door pretty much to everybody I'm willing to, but people that I got along with, I don't know the best way to answer that question. I mean, it's just like I like to help. I don't mind helping if I have spots available, or if somebody cancels and they want a gig. Like, I don't mind helping people. I like helping people. I like making people feel good. If people don't have a venue to play in, I mean, my door is open to you. I mean, I know Massa's going to be playing soon. He will be playing soon. Party Zapper, love that boy. You know what I mean? Like, there's more people that I'm opening my doors to. I'm not against, but I guess I would say the only way I won't book somebody is if you just, I don't know, like, you just come off with the wrong way, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, there's always a process, and of course you can't book everyone. But it is, I think, good that you have been bringing in small DJs, because there are, I guess, there aren't a whole lot of venues that are trying to do that. The scene is really, really weird right now, and I don't know how to parse it up in my head just yet for a question.
Right.
But
right.
I guess, like, to fall back on your earlier discussion about controversy. And you're not the only one who's taken note to this, of course. I have, a lot of people here in chat have.
Right.
But you faced quite a lot of trolling within your venues recently. It is sincerely upsetting for me, especially since that I also, like, I don't know, there were trolls yesterday at the DJ Rebellion event. There are trolls popping up all over the fucking place, but
I agree, really fast. I agree with what he's saying. That's kind of where I'm at. I suck at, like, public speaking.
So
sorry.
To know the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't want to just be like, hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Come into my house and go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I want to form some kind of bond with somebody first. And then from there, like, to just move forward, like, I mean, like, I got to know you first before I just randomly said, all right, you know what? I like you. You're cool. Come play for me. Same thing with Cat. Like, Cat, I randomly went to her stream. I loved, like, just her overall personality. And, like, I was like, man, this girl's awesome. You know, like that's just kind of, you know, like I have to have some kind of bond with you. But I don't mind helping new babies. Like all new babies are welcome.
Masa, I want to see that diary.
What is this? Well, hard. I mean, and it just like another thing. I have to say this. It's hard to like. I close down on Thursdays because, guys, I'm just tired. All right, I am like 32 going on 95. I like sleep deprived. I always want to just lay in bed. I feel like at the end of the day, I have people saying, "Hey, let's go play Baldur's Gate 3. Let's go do this," but I want to lay in bed. You know what I mean? So, and closing down on Thursdays, I mean, it was specifically, I was letting smaller, you know, I don't even like the term smaller, people that don't get enough opportunities to give them an opportunity. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, I still made room for those people, you know, by just I can only handle one day, honestly. One day, which is like on a weekend and call it, you know, call it there. Because for real, I am like 32 going on 95. I'm grandma. So tired all the time.
I feel that. I feel that. I'm going to talk about burnout with you very shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just before we get too far away from it,
The trolls.
How
right.
do you deal with trolls? Like what's been happening to you, and how do you navigate that?
I don't think it's been happening too frequently. I mean, the last I could tell you that it happened was during the 9K celebration. There were people standing on the DJ booth blocking the DJ, and then there was somebody, I will say this was fucking rude, and I did curse. Somebody put up a party finder. I think I put it on Twitter. I don't remember the person's name, but I just know they were playing a Lalafell. And they said something about EDM music, listening to a DJ with EDM music is boring or something. I was like, you know, like I just think that they were just people in general that were bored and they think it's fun to troll at venues, so they just picked one, you know? But even then, that was so rude.
Party fight? Who does this?
They did. I don't know. Like I said, and I'm not going to be naming names regardless.
Yeah,
but
we don't do names on the stream.
Yeah, I won't. But they just probably were just a typical troll. But even just to do that, that was so messed up. You know what I mean?
Masa knows what you're talking about. Yeah, it is messed up. Well, I remember like the last time I played at Moonlit. I can't remember when it was. Oh, it was the Witcher set, I think. Or maybe one of the last times, I can't remember. Anyways, right. There were the crafters up on the DJ booth in front of of all people. Such a sweetheart. Well, and they were crafting like on the quick craft thing. I was just frothing at the mouth.
Right.
I didn't say anything to them, but there's no point of poking a hornet nest. But
right, all you can do is learn to ignore because like you know they want your attention. But I really just think. This is just my mindset on trolls. There's either two things, all right? So there's one, they're being hired to harass. Because that has happened to me, and it has come to light that somebody used to pay people to come to my venue to harass me and my staff. There were days that I got so bothered by it that I would just close down and just, you know, it's bullying is bullying. It doesn't matter, you know? So, this is just my opinion. And that did happen. Somebody legit did pay people to harass me. And another thing, too, could be they don't see this as serious. You know, like, people that don't go to clubs or know anything about venues don't know, you know, like, they don't have the knowledge. They don't, you know, some people might think that I'm just saying, they don't have the knowledge that we do. They don't have the knowledge and experience. They've never been in a nightclub. They just probably just see it as these are a bunch of strange people that are doing events in game. They have no life. Like, I'm not saying I think that way, but like just trying to think of an outsider's perspective. Like, they don't see this as serious. So they think, well, you know, I'm bored. I want to be a bully. And I know there's people that are going to be there. So I'm going to go to this venue. And, you know, maybe they just look through the party finder and pick one and say, okay, guys, you know what? Let's go have fun making fun of people that are bored, you know, doing something boring. Or they think that it's boring, you know? So it could be, you know what I mean? It could be targeted, or it could be, you know, people that are bored and they think that bullying others online is fun. And then they get enjoyment out of it. So that's my opinion on trolls.
A certainly more empathetic, empathetic take, and I appreciate it. It always actually blows my mind. Yeah. I've appreciated how well you've dealt with trolls in venue. Like, not. I always have the internal urge to yell at them. But
if you do, it just
it makes it worse. They stick around. You need
they'll
to make
keep
them
coming
bored.
back.
Yeah, you need to make them bored. So we yell in our heads instead.
Internally, biting your tongue.
Yo, what's up, Nux?
Boy, I can see you. Nux, I see what you're saying.
and yes, Masa, people need to fucking grow up. Yeah, yesterday there were people on mounts trying to block the camera at DJ Rebellion, which if you missed out on it, it was an important event in my eyes to highlight and promote smaller DJs. Smaller DJs, emerging DJs, like, of all things to fucking go and disrupt. You're disrupting that, like, heartless assholes. Anyways, so they got bored and left because people just didn't address them, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, those are literally the only categories I could tell you. It's either targeted or people with lack of knowledge and understanding that people dedicate so much of themselves to doing this, and instead they just see it as potential to go harass and bully people. But those are the only two types of categories that I could think of for trolls and harassment. So
100%. Yeah, Celia. The veil of anonymity certainly. Oops, sorry for that computer notification. Give me a sec. The veil of anonymity certainly feeds into people doing crappy things and hurtful things without any need to fear consequences. It's
hiding behind a keyboard and thinking that they can just do whatever and get away with it. I mean, I think that's not cool to bully and harass. And it's just like, like, people just forget sometimes. There are human beings behind these keyboards, okay? Yeah. Stop fucking being a-holes to people that just want to have a good time, go outside and lay in the goddamn grass. The end. If you're one of those trolls or harassers, that's what they need to do. That's a suggestion.
Honestly, don't understand why it's fun or interesting to do. I don't get it either, Knight. I really do. Like.
Yeah, go smoke it too, like he said.
Lately, I'm pretty sure people have been targeting you with it, but also Yams with viewer bots, and that's one thing that goes right over my head because I'm like, you're paying money for these bots, so you're doing this with actual, real, tangible money. What do you get out of that?
I had that happen. I had it. It always happens. I feel like every time I go live, but the worst was when I was at my friend's venue. And all of a sudden, they went up to 300. I was, like, anxiety-ridden the whole goddamn time. I was like, what the hell is happening?
I got bought at 2 interviews ago. I was interviewing, of all people, the Lena Lee Luna, who's the sweetest fucking person ever.
I love her.
Deserved any bad shit. And in her interview, I had to cut it short. Some viewer bought at me with 300-400 followers. The entire chat was just follow.
Oh my god.
I panicked. I've never been bought it before, so I was like, what the fuck is happening? Who would do that?
Can I ask a question? How come we have freaking, like, shield mode when it's useless as fuck on Twitch? What is the purpose of shield mode? What do you do with shield mode?
I was trying to use shield mode. I was trying everything. I'm like, I need to block this, and there's no way.
Shield. Protect those from the bots. Twitch makes freaking shield mode, and it's useless.
Yeah, and my head, I was like, I'm gonna get banned. I was freaking out. And I went to another DJ friend of mine and was like, hey, you've been bought up before. What do I do? And yeah, Twitch doesn't ban you. I think they don't understand that. I think they're trying to get you banned, not understanding that their money is a waste because Twitch is a little smarter than that. And all the new follows, 300, 400 of them just disappeared a week later. Like, all just poofed. That's all that happens. Like,
I mean, the worst case that I've ever been harassed, actually, it's kind of the reason why I stopped streaming for a bit, was when somebody put my link on 4chan. I didn't even know what 4chan was. I was streaming the main scenario. This was when I was doing content, not doing music streams. This was like probably a year or two ago. And they called my venue a disgusting brothel or something. And then I was like starting a stream with like 15 people and went up to 50. And then people were like saying god awful things in my stream. And I didn't even know what 4chan was. So I had somebody message me on on Discord telling me. So yeah, that's how far it's gone. Some of the other cases of harassment that I've dealt with, this is, like I said, is probably like, it was worse 2 years ago. I think this was all 2 years ago. My Google Forms for the, like applying to my venue, people were calling me an HORE, an SLUT, go die. I had like 500 plus, applications with all these awful things being said. So it's been like really bad. I mean, really bad. Back then, it was really bad.
Wild and cruel.
Yeah.
Also, just want to quickly address Nux's thing about the Stream Deck and turning on a button that turns off all of the notifications and stuff. I don't have a Stream Deck. I'm gonna get one day, but not right now. But I could probably get that macroed onto something. But that is actually dope. So Elana, you might find that helpful as well. And yeah, Carrie turned on. I remember the day. It was at Moonlit Kiss. I made Carrie a mod, and instantly turned on shield mode, and my fucking everything went chaos.
I just think it's so useless. Why do we even have shield mode? It doesn't do. It does nothing.
It literally fucked everything up in the stream, and Carrie didn't know what it was.
Seriously, what is the purpose of shield mode? It gives you panic.
It's too easy to press.
Shield me from what? Doing nothing?
So we have Elana for approximately 12-ish more minutes before you have to
Yeah.
go to a set, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably didn't even answer any of your questions. I stutter.
Do not worry. You answered perfect. And also, remember, this is just a stream to have a conversation with you and highlight your story. Hello, Vex! Welcome in, Vex! Friends, another amazing DJ to check out. DJ Vex is fucking fantastic.
No, Celia. I love you. We love you.
So what's your question?
You have a question? All right, let's talk about butts. I knew he was going to bring this topic up.
Is it going to be butts?
Exactly. Celia is ready to talk about that.
Seti! What's up?
Ew, I used to, dead ass, I used to put ketchup on toast as a kid and said it tasted like spaghetti. So that was a weird kid thing I did.
Oh no, Masa, no! Banned! You're banned!
You're banned.
How do you feel about ketchup on chicken Alfredo?
But I was serious, I really did put ketchup on toast. It was some weird thing that I did.
Oh my god. Okay, alright, Elana, I literally humored Masa months ago, and I tried ketchup on chicken Alfredo, and I almost vomited it.
Ew.
And I threw it. I only had a little dipping dish. I took one piece of chicken, one piece of macaroni, and I put it down, and I put ketchup on it, and I had to throw it out so fast. But Masa, I tried it. I put the effort in. Good night. Forgot this was a thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really bad with interviews. Even if I mentally prepare myself, I don't know how to answer. At the end of the day, all I can give you a short summary is, without stuttering or whatever. I've been here for 4 years. I'm not better than everybody else. We all, I'm still here today because I want to party. I want to, do these dumb events like butt nights or whatever comes to my brain. I want to work with more people. I want to be my real self with people, not, how I would, I want to be more, I want people to see, I've been posting more, for instance, pictures of myself and putting stuff of my real life on Twitter because I want people to see, hey, Like, don't be scared of me. I am a basic biatch that likes butts, and I'm just like you guys, because I'm trying to show people, like, this is me behind a keyboard, you know, and I want to be friends with people. I want to get to know people. I want to work with people. And like I said, the 2020 version of myself versus today, I killed that person. That was my old self. Like, I threw her out a window. She's gone. I don't want to be defined as that person. And moving forward, I just want to be some basic biatch partying with others and just working with people. The end.
Hell fucking yes. Elana, you do quite fucking well at it. And also, you're doing great at the interview. Do not worry. I actually should just stop calling these interviews. I should just call it a talk show, because I just want to have a conversation with you. This isn't anything serious.
Yeah, no, I know. And I mean, I just, like I said, because I know people are watching and listening, and, you know, like, I get, like, I'm like this in real life too. I mean, this is real life. I'm like freaking nervous, sweating, like, I'm always sweating these days. But yeah, podcast, exactly. That's all I want to do. I want to work with people. I want to do stupid themes. Like, honestly, this is not kissing butt, but my favorite event that I've done so far was working with Bibby when we did, that event last Sunday. We did a speed dating thing. I had a blast working with him. He's a very nice boy. New upcoming baby streamer. So
Wait, Bibby's streaming?
yeah, he's a baby streamer. He's in here too. He's watching. Ron Stuna is Bibby. He's the owner.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's Baby.
I forgot that one. Bibby, hi.
But yeah, we're going to be doing, he was one of my favorite people to work with. I mean, I'm always open to working with more people if they're willing to work with me. I like to, you know, I think that was an awesome collab event because we both work together. That's how collabs should be. You know, when people, like, multiple venues, it should be not about doing 500, and I've been guilty of this, doing, like, huge AF giveaways, you know, to try to bring people in and all this other stuff. Like, we actually we planned out, like, this is how this should go, you know, actually, like, working together. And then there was equal promotion of both venues, not just gathering people in one area with a big giveaway, big names. And you know what I mean? It's more fun to do, like, actual, like, collaborations like that, where people are actually, does that make sense?
100%. I actually really thought the speed dating idea was amazing. I wanted to go, but I think I was spinning. But goddamn, if you ever host them again,
she agrees.
Definitely.
She agrees.
Definitely going. I
got a growth implant.
Oh, sorry, from Lala to a bun.
Yeah.
A magical, amazing transformation. Elana, we have a couple more minutes. I just want to ask you.
Sure.
What would you like to say to your fans out there?
I have fans?
I mean, call them whatever you want, but yes, you have fans.
I don't want to have a fan base.
Okay, your viewers. Your viewers. I'm an Elana fan as well. I don't have my Ubu button. I don't have my controller set up, but I would be pressing it.
Yeah, I like butts. I guess all I can say is I want to be seen more as a person, you know, like, I mean, and you know, for me behind a keyboard, then, you know, and I don't want to be defined by my past mistakes. You know, if I could turn back time and change things, I wish I could, but life doesn't have a reset button. So I you know, unfortunately, all I can do is, you know, like, apologize if I've ever hurt anybody. And, you know, like, actually, and I'm more than willing to always talk to people too. I always tell people, you know, if I've ever upset you in some type of way, my DMs are open, even a voice chat. I'm more than willing to speak and, you know, work things out. But, you know, like I said, I'm still here today because I like having fun. I like the community. I want to do better, be better in positive ways, and work with people and help those people grow. I mean, my friend's going to be starting a venue. I'm going to be helping her. I love Talus. love Talus. You know, I know you love Talus. I mean, whenever that boy is ready, help Talus with his venue. You know, whatever burnout that I don't have left, because I'm always burnt out and tired at the end of the day, but like help out him because I love that boy. Help out my friend with her upcoming venue. Help people until I'm like just, you know, just that's all I want to do anymore. So that's all I can say.
Wicked. I am looking forward to seeing how everything unfolds for you in the future. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, Elana, especially for the relaunch of this show.
Thank you for having me, and sorry if I stuttered a lot.
You did absolutely fantastic, and you barely stuttered. I probably stuttered more than you.
No, you did not. I did. Anyway, guys, while she ends this talk show, make sure you give her a follow. Tell her that she's cute as fuck. Tell her that she will get a real life gig. Tell her that she's an amazing individual inside and out, and sunshine and rainbows come out of her butt, and she's just a magical being. The end.
Well, that was a riveting discussion. Like, oh my god. Big shout out to Elana Astaria, amazing DJ and owner of Moonlit Kiss. I had such a good time chatting with her. Oh my god. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching here to the end right now. Right here. If you like the content, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and press that little bell. I would really appreciate it. It would help the channel so much. This is my first YouTube video. I've done many of these interviews, and I have a lot of interviews waiting to be edited and thrown up here on the channel. So, stay tuned. Stick around a little, because we're gonna go on some adventures together. I also want to give a big shout out to Celia Starr, my manager, a dear friend and DJ. Her help has really brought me a long way in this community, and I am forever grateful. Thank you so much, Celia. Love you bunches. So for those of you who are new to this, like, the clubbing scene is absolutely wonderful, fantastic, so goddamn beautiful. It is vast. There's so many different clubs. There's so many different DJs. There's RP venues. There's non-RP venues. Like, I couldn't believe it when I got in. So I'll be doing my best to document this community, and I hope you'll join me on this adventure. So until next time, have such a lovely time. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe, and don't do anything I would do, because I'm a gremlin and it just won't end well. It won't end well. It really won't. Bye.